My name is Nadder. I'm from Cairo, Egypt. I'm 38 and I have my own private business that I started about 8 years ago in the food business. And
what kind of food?
What kind of food? Well, I co-own a small chain of cafes, so I sell coffee and espresso and pastries and all of the yummy food.
Okay.
And about 4 years ago, I got quite sick, and I can tell you a lot about that if that's what you...
Yeah, no, please do.
Yeah?
Please do.
Okay. I was diagnosed with a disease called multiple sclerosis, and that is an autoimmune disease that affects the nerves. And it could be quite dangerous because it's a chronic disease, which means you most probably will live with for the rest of your life, according to conventional doctors. And it came as quite a shock to me because it wasn't really diagnosed at the beginning when it should have been. I got several, let's say, symptoms, and nobody really told me that it could be multiple sclerosis until my eye doctor told me that you might want to check it out, because I had lost my my eyesight in one eye for about 5 weeks, and he said you need to check for MS. So I didn't know anything about MS, and I was a bit scared, to be honest. And he told me, don't worry, it's manageable. You can survive. So anyway, I decided to go to a neurologist to make sure if this diagnosis was correct or not. And he seemed to think that yes, seemed like multiple sclerosis. There was only one last test he wanted to do, and he said, in any case, when we do this test, which is get a fluid out of the spinal cord, they send it to, I think, France to get it tested. So he said, if you intend on getting this test done and you intend on maybe going abroad, you should just do the whole thing abroad. So I decided to go to the US, to one of the very big hospitals there, the Mayo Clinic. It's very well known, edge of technology supposedly, and I met the specialized doctors there, and they confirmed, I did the tests, and they confirmed that yes, indeed, this is MS. And they told me that I had to take this shot twice a week of a chemical called interferon, and this chemical is very, very tough on the system, on the body. There are a lot of very bad side effects, and it's very expensive. So I asked them, you know, how good is this medicine? I mean, if it's expensive and has side effects, will it improve my condition? And the answer was that it will decrease the frequency of these types of neurological attacks by 30%, which means not very good odds. No. If I'm going to go through all of that, the odds are 3 out of 10 is not very good to think of. You know, I thought going to one of the best hospitals in the world, I would get something much better than that, much more effective. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
So what did you do?
So the only thing that kept me going is that after you finish with the doctors, you sit down with a nurse who specialized in, I think, shock management. So, you know, a lot of people, when they hear news like this, they get shocked, and they need to, you know, have someone really, you know, work with them or talk to them just to calm them down. And she told me that with MS, lifestyle is huge, and this has become a sentence I will never forget. Lifestyle is huge. So that's what I tell everyone. So I told her, okay, well, what is lifestyle? What is it exactly? And she told me, well, if you smoke, you need to quit smoking. If you drink, you need to quit drinking. You need to exercise. You need to sleep well. You need to minimize stress. And I looked at her and I said, oh my God, you know, I have so much work to do. I score almost 0 on all of these things. Because I run my own business, I'm usually out most of the day, so I eat whatever is available. So my food is very bad. My sleep, I get home very late, so my sleep was very bad as well. I didn't exercise. Stress levels were very high when you run your own business, and you probably know that.
Yeah.
So everything was wrong. So it was good news and bad news at the same time, because it meant that there was something I can do about it. So I decided not to go for the medicine. They said, you know, you should take the interferon and work on your lifestyle. And I said, well, how do I know which one works? So I decided, okay, first I can try the less invasive, let's say, procedure, which is not do the chemicals, and let's see what I can do with my lifestyle. So I decided to do that. I went back with that in mind and tried within my own environment, and you know, I was still working and doing everything that I normally do. It was impossible to, for me at least. I think I spent about 9 months trying to do things right, trying to quit smoking, trying to sleep better, and it just didn't work.
Oh, no big improvement.
I think it's very tough when you're in your own environment to make big changes, because a lifestyle change like this is quite, it's actually the exact opposite of what I was doing. So I had to start somewhere, and just by chance, somebody I know, a friend of a friend, told me that they read somewhere that there's a type of fasting that might be able to improve MS.
Right.
And so I was given the name Herbert Shelton, who was one of the natural hygienists. I didn't know anything about it now, but now I know I know the whole history. But I found something called natural hygiene, a philosophy, a science, a society of people who believe in a certain way of life. And part of their belief was that fasting, or going for a long period of time without food, allows the body to heal itself or clean itself or rest at least. And many people who have done that have improved their condition. And it intrigued me. The logic was very interesting for me. And so I started to read a lot about this type of philosophy, and it made a lot of sense for me, and I decided to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Everyone around me, of course, thought I was going nuts, but again, I think when you're desperate and when you really can't find what you're looking for, you're willing to try certain things. Luckily, I didn't go through a lot of the strange things. I know people with MS who have themselves being bit by bees because somebody told them this improves them. So people will do a lot of things hoping to get better. But
and how long did you fast, and what did you experience?
When I went to Costa Rica, I did a 21-day fast. So I went without eating food for 21 days, only water, and once per day we were allowed 2 small spoons of honey, just to get a little bit of energy. So it's sort of the dessert of the day or the reward of the day. But other than that, you just are required to rest, give your body time to clean itself. And the nice thing about when you go to these places is that they educate you. So you get a lot of knowledge, and when you're ready to come back, hopefully you're much better in health-wise, but you come back and you're able to be motivated enough to be very different than most people, because you're living a certain way that's very different from the mainstream. And to be able to do that, I think you need the time and the education you get in these types of places.
And after the fasting, what did you feel like then?
Well, with something like MS, the deterioration along, let's say, the last 10-15 years, which you normally don't feel, you feel when you get a symptom, but most probably I've had this condition for a long time, bit by bit. So neurological damage takes a long time to happen, and it takes a long time apparently to heal as well. So some of the symptoms that I did have gone away, like the numbness in my legs. Sometimes I get left, sometimes right. There's also another symptom called l'ermite syndrome, which is when you move your head down, you feel like an electric pulse going down your legs or down your back. I had that, now I don't have it anymore.
Right.
So these 2 symptoms are gone. And then I got improvements in other things that I never really, my skin got better, my sleep got better, my eyes definitely were, most of the time they were red, but my eyes are a lot brighter now. I used to have a lot of problems with my bowel movements, with hemorrhoids and piles, and I don't have it anymore.
Right.
So I think it gets rid of a lot of things, not only what you're going to do. The body just has time to do a lot of things. So since then I've been symptom free. It's been about 3 years. I have not got any new symptoms, and so far I feel great. I forget that I have a disease most of the time, and I've decided to as much as possible, and this is why I'm sitting with you, is to spread the word and to spread the awareness. There are solutions, but you need to be patient. You need to give your body time. Don't expect, if you're sick, you've probably been sick for a long time, so you need to have the patience to let your body improve and heal itself, just bit by bit.
And how do you eat now?
For a long time I ate after visiting Costa Rica and spending some time at Dr. Doug Graham's retreat as an intern. So I was helping people who were fasting. I was supervising. After that I ate raw food, I would say low-fat, raw vegan, sort of 80-10-10 style, maybe for at least a year. And then I think bit by bit I got exposed to some other doctors who are working in the food area, and bit by bit I found myself going back to some basic cooked foods like some breads, maybe some potatoes. So far I eat some of that, but I'm very conscious of eating as much raw food as possible. I do a lot of green smoothies. I eat a lot of bananas and spinach. This is probably where I get most of my calories. Is this big lunch that I have. In the morning I have watermelons or cantaloupes. And in the evening is when I can have some cooked food, so I might have some brown rice, some vegetables, and then the salad and some fruit. So that's more or less what I do. Right. I still drink tea though, which is something I'm working on. But
and how about the cigarettes?
I quit smoking there. I used to smoke 2 packs a day. Very close relationship with cigarettes. I remember I took my cigarettes with me, fasting. And the doctor basically told me, listen, you will not need to smoke, you will not feel the need to smoke, but if you feel comfortable, you can have your cigarettes with you. But if you decide to actually smoke, then we're ending the fast and we're done. Well, we can't continue. So, and he seemed very confident when he told me that. He told me, listen, no problem. You will quit smoking, no cravings, no withdrawal symptoms, nothing. And the unfortunate part is he was right. Oh. It was so smooth. I mean, if I knew that quitting smoking was this easy, I would have quit 10 years ago.
Wow.
But, and it was just, and I never even am interested. It's been over 3 years, and I see people smoking, I smell the smoke, but it's gone. It's a phase or something that I did and I will never do again, and I'm not even curious. I don't have any cravings. So fasting works great even for something like that. You don't have to be chronically ill, but just going through that process, the body just cleans itself, and you smell cigarettes after that. You cannot imagine that you did that 40 times a day in my case, 40 cigarettes.
So basically you're saying that you healed MS, or? I
don't, that's a tricky question because with MS, some people can go through a phase where it's dormant, where you will not get any symptoms for 1, 2, even 5 years. And so it could be coincidence, but I think that I have at least stopped the progression of the disease. I mean, I still don't hear very well with one ear. I don't know if I'll ever get my hearing back or 100% there, but I have a feeling that, first of all, because some of my symptoms have gone away, and also seeing other people I know who have MS back home in Egypt, they're not getting any better. I'm hearing that this person, is, I don't know, not feeling well. This person gets numbness. So I see them getting, I think, worse, which is very unfortunate. But when I compare to what I'm doing, I'm active, I'm out, I'm not getting symptoms. So I don't want to say that, yes, I'm cured, but definitely I'm doing a lot better than the people I've seen who are of a similar age and have MS. So maybe in 10 years I can say yes. Yeah. But it's only been 3-4 years, so we'll see. But I'm positive.
Do you have one final good advice for people with MS?
People with MS?
What should they do if they are really...
I think sleep is extremely important. Yeah. Which a lot of people don't even think about. I think it's when our body has time to renew its energy. to renew is healing. I think diet is absolutely fundamental. If you ask me two things, I'll say sleep and eat.
Okay.
I mean, these are the things you really need to focus on with MS. Your diet is critical.
What should they eat and how much should they sleep?
If you can eat a low-fat, plant-based diet, I'm not going to talk about the raw now, but if you can just improve on getting dairy, there's a lot of research linking dairy to MS. So I think dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese, all of that. If you can get that out of your system, that alone, I think can improve your condition a lot.
And how much should people sleep?
Until you wake up.
Okay.
That's the key. Your body, you might need to. I've seen people who sleep 9 hours, and people who sleep 7, and people who, in the retreat, can sleep 14 hours because they're so tired. So, I think sleeping at night is a night shift, and the body's in control of it. When you prematurely wake up with an alarm, you actually interrupt that night shift. So maybe if you could have slept another hour every day for a year, that's 365 hours of work that your body could have done at night. But you woke up with the alarm, and then you had a coffee and you're up and running, and then at night you sleep late and you only get 6 or 7 hours. So sleep, I think, is very important, very, very important.
Okay.
So that's my advice. And if you need anything else, definitely through Louise, give me a call or send me an email, and I'll be happy to tell you all about it.
Great.
All right?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.